Hello and welcome to the Remedy Fibers podcast, a podcast about knitting and crochet hosted by me, Jillian. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returner, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Well, today I have a work in progress. I have two finished objects and something that I wanted to talk to you about, a hot topic of the rising cost of yarn. So if you're new here, I live in Northern California with my husband and dog Benny. I love everything yarn related and I hope you stay for my yarn journey. So for today, I'm wearing my Empire State cardigan by Knititude, also known as Chantel. I can't seem to take off this cardigan. I literally have been wearing it every single day. It goes perfectly with dresses and I'm just so happy with how it came out. I also entered it into the year of the sweater, a make-along hosted by Rochelle of Queen Yarn Boutique. So don't forget to check out her YouTube channel, enter your cardigans, your sweaters, your pullovers, and they're doing monthly giveaways, so hopefully I win. But I just love it. It goes with everything, and normally I like to knit with purples or more colorful colors, but having a neutral cardigan literally goes with every dress that I own. And today is the first day of spring. Happy spring to you all. I'm so excited for all of the nice weather that's coming our way, and just here for all of the dresses and the skirts and the warm weather clothes. This past weekend I did spring cleaning, so I decluttered, put things for garbage, donation, recycling, everything that needs to get out of the house, because you accumulate things over time. So love my cardigan. I'll insert a picture. I finally did like a little mini photo shoot with myself so you can see how it looks, but I need to do a better photo shoot. I'm waiting for Bright, my husband, to come back home so we could do like an outdoor photo shoot. But just love it. The only downside after wearing this for a week, the sleeves didn't really grow much. They kind of, I guess you would consider that what, bracelet length. I kind of wish they were a little bit longer. I do have more yarn, but I'm not touching this. It's gonna stay like that. And then when I do have a bracelet, you can kind of see it, so I guess that's the point. But it kind of feels a little bit short on the sleeves. Oh well, it's still cute. I still love it. As for finished objects, I was able to spin up some more wool this weekend. So I have two wool babies here. I have about, I think I have two more wool that I need to spin. I don't really know the bundles. I don't really know what to call it. The little fiber puffs. I have 2 to 3 to spin. One is currently on the spinning wheel. I'm not liking that one. I think it has bamboo and silk combo in it. It's really hard to draft, really hard to work with. That one's definitely going on the bottom of my list for recommendations for spinning. But for this one here, I have, oh no, this was the bamboo and silk. I'll let you know what was on the spinning wheel that's making it really hard to draft. I lied, because the Tarhi bamboo and silk combo was so fun to spin with. And this is what it's looking up. This is really giving me like Easter colors, and I can't believe Easter is what, 2 weeks away. March is flying by so fast. So this is what I currently have. I like the thinness, I like the consistency, and I like the colors as well. Actually kind of goes with my dress that I'm wearing today. So this one was really fun. I think it was one of the easier to spin with, surprisingly. And then the cornmeal is really cute as well. This is how it's looking right now. I love the pinks, the orange, the little gold in there. It actually kind of also goes with what I'm wearing. So very spring colors. I'm surprised that this is a December advent for the holidays, when the colors are so pastel, so spring, perfect for the season. And maybe the dyer had that in mind, knowing that many of us weren't going to start spinning it till months later. So this is from Nest Fiber. I did the holiday December advent. I want to say it was pretty affordable. If you go back to my other video, I think I say the price, I don't remember it right now, but it was pretty affordable compared to what yarn advents costs. And I know that I started seeing it a little bit on Instagram that the advents for December are now popping up, and it's just so crazy to me that you have to buy them so far in advance because of the demand. The dyer has to prep it and make it cute and holiday inspired, but it's just so crazy to throw like $200-300 in a yarn advent for yarn you won't see for what, 7 months from now. I don't know how many months, several months from now. I did it once. This is the advent. Oh, my blanket fell down. This is the Advent from Chelsea Yarns. I highly recommend that Advent if you're looking for one. I love that. I love her colors. I love the combo. And I would want to do another Advent, so maybe I could just, you know, save a little here and there and see when hers goes on sale, unless it went on sale already. But yeah, these are my finished objects for the week. Let's move on to works in progress. So for my next work in progress, I am making more sunflowers. I have quite a bit of gold and brown yarn left over, and the colors don't really complement each other if I wanted to make like a blanket or use it for some other type of project. They go really well for a sunflower. The only downside is I don't have any more of the white acrylic yarn, but I can always buy that later on once I make up all of my sunflowers. So I realized I was making the Make Your Own Sunshine by Mel Harrison crochet. It's a free pattern online, and I realized that when I made my original sunflower blanket, I wasn't even following the pattern. So when I went to go crochet again, I was like, this one's not looking like my other one. I totally omitted the next row of gold, so I think I'm just going to continue to crochet with it. I'm going to crochet this how I originally did my pattern, so I'm not really following that pattern. I'm following the brown ring, I'm following the little petals, and then I'll add the white. And then I was thinking my issue with the last, well, it wasn't really an issue, I kind of just got bored with it. I stopped making sunflowers, and then I had this leftover yarn, and I had to buy more yarn to accommodate for more sunflowers. I'm thinking that when I do start to run out of yarn for the brown and the gold, I would just make granny squares in like full brown, full gold. So you'll have some sunflower patches, you'll have some gold and brown patches, like just color blocks, because I really want to get rid of this yarn, but I also want to make sunflowers because they're so cute. And it just so happens that every time, I think this happened last year, so when spring comes, sunflowers come back to me. So maybe I will plant some sunflowers. I bought some seeds, I think 2 weeks ago, wildflower seeds, and I need to pull out all my weeds and work on my garden again, because that was something that I really enjoyed working on last spring and summer. And my African daisies that I planted last summer came back. I haven't even watered them, and I'll insert a picture here because they're so beautiful. I love the color. If I see them in a garden store or garden sale, I'm gonna get me some more. Low maintenance, the rain watered them for me, and they're thriving. My next work in progress is the, drumroll, Felix Cardigan. I've decided to cast on my second Felix Cardigan, and I actually need your help. So before I tell you what I need help with, let me show you how it's working up. So I decided to use the Eastex Let Lopi in the Galaxy colorway. It's a very dark, it can be a really dark gray, or it can even be black. And then it has specks of teal, purple, and a little bit of gold. You can't really see the gold too well, but this is how the yarn is looking. A little bit rough, a little bit itchy, and this is how the cast on has been working. I've already moved past the short rows. I'm in the raglan increases part, so I'm working on that cute little shoulder motif. It's gonna be really hard to see because the yarn is so dark, but the little petal motif here, so I'm trying to focus on that because my last Felix Cardigan I got distracted and some of the motif got a little bit skewed. So this is how it's working up so far, and eventually this is the start of the cardigan. Where is it? Yeah, this is the start of the cardigan, and then I'm increasing to my size. Now where I need help with is I'm stuck on what size to make. The first size finished measurement is a bust size of 39, and the second size is a bust size of, I want to say, 43. And my issue is I knit the first size, the 39 bust, and it was big, and I think that has to do with the yarn that I chose. It was a non-superwash, but I thought non-superwash didn't grow as much as superwash. Now this one is back to also non-superwash, but when I did my gauge swatch, it was about 0.5 centimeters shorter, like barely, like maybe even less than that, maybe 1 or 2 centimeters off from the 4-inch diameter, length, whatever the math terms are. And I'm not sure if I should knit the original size knowing that my gauge is a little bit smaller, knowing that this yarn is a little bit more rough and might not grow as much. Well, actually, let me know if you worked with Eastex Lopi, does it grow a lot? Well, I'm gonna say no because my gauge swatch barely grew. But answer it anyways. Help me out, please. I'm not sure if I should size up to the second size. I am liking that oversized fit. This one was a size 2 in the pattern for the Empire State cardigan. It's still a little bit more fitted than I anticipated, but the body has wiggle room. So I'm thinking doing the size 2, but I don't want it to be big. Like, I want it to be roomy with positive ease. I don't want it to be fitted. I guess now that I'm talking out loud, we might be on the same page here that I should do size 2. And if it is oversized and if it is big, my gauge swatch was a little bit smaller, so it will kind of balance that. Let's hope. Let's hope. So this one's really fun, but the reason why I should have more progress on this and I don't is because I've been playing The Sims. Sims 4 has taken over my life. I was trying to find something to watch while I knit, and I already called up on all my YouTubers, my knitting and crochet podcasters, and so I do like to watch some gameplay, and I clicked on this random video. It was a Sims 4 challenge. All tiny homes. You have to start your sim with $0, and their craft, their passion area, can only make them money. So for example, my character was a painter. She can only make money with the paintings that she sold, and I can only start supporting her career, her lifestyle, her new home with the money she made from the paintings. And it was so fun. I was addicted. I didn't want to knit, I didn't want to crochet, didn't want to spin, and it just kind of took over my life. Mind you, I did all of my accomplishments. My sim has a little tiny home, contemporary style, and this challenge was brought on by a YouTuber. I'll include her information below. I don't really know her information because I literally just subscribed to her, but she does gameplay on Sims, she does challenges, and she even convinced me to buy some more expansion packs. So I have lots of expansion packs on Sims, but this weekend they're having a sale. If you love The Sims, 60% off a lot of the kits, a lot of the game packs. And I just got seasons, so now it rains, thunderstorms, I think it snows. I haven't got to winter yet, but it's giving me Animal Crossing. What is the other one? Stardew Valley. You know, I love those games. So I got seasons, I got vampires. In her gameplay, she had a vampire that took her out her tent and like made her a vampire, and I don't know why I thought that was funny. It's weird. I like it though. It adds to the game. And then my last one was knitting. I got a knitting pack, so now my Sims, like passion, their career objective can be a knitter. They can knit. Some of the goals was like knit 3 to 5 hours, sell your knits on Plopsy, which is kind of like Etsy but Sims version, and you can upsell your items. So far I've made a beanie, I've made socks, and I'm loving it. The knitting pack though is not as entertaining as the painting career, but I'm gonna give knitting a little bit of a chance. When you go to the shop in Sims, you can go buy stuff. You can get like a little basket of yarn, keep it in your inventory, and then just be knitting on the bench. I think by the time I edit this video, I'm sure someone has it on the internet. I'll just grab a picture of their gameplay so you can see what the knitting expansion pack includes. And once you master the knitting level, you can make garments. I don't think you can make, actually I lied, I think you can unlock a garment, but you know, it's Sims, it's not real life, so you make it work with what you got, and I'm really loving it. But this is the problem that I have with playing games, is that I don't crochet. I'm just there playing. So trying to find a balance. But if you love The Sims, if you always wanted to play, get your sale. They're having a spring sale, I think until the end of March or March 28th, around that time frame. So I got my deal. I do want the new expansion pack. I think it's for rent, where you can kind of be a landlord, but I wasn't supposed to buy that, and I needed to splurge on my expansion packs. So that is hilarious, and we will move on. Lastly, I wanted to talk a little bit about the rise of yarn costs, and I tried to see if there were any articles written on this, and there were far and few between. It was really kind of difficult to find those types of articles, but as more patterns are being released, more people are into sweater making, cardigan making, you do need quite a bit of yarn to create those items. And a lot of the recommendations that designers use, the cost can skyrocket from anywhere from $100 to $300 for a garment. This garment in particular cost me around $80. However, I only used 7 balls, so it came out more to like $70, which, you know, when you're going into the store, would you ever spend that? Maybe, maybe not. And I think that it just hits a larger conversation of like the economy that we're in and how the rise of cost of everything is just going up. So I did find this article, and I'll include them all down below, that supply has relatively stayed unchanged and is the same. However, demand has skyrocketed, costing more money, higher prices, and really impacting why we're seeing yarn prices go up. And this is not only impacting acrylics, commercially made yarns, it's also impacting hand-dyed yarns as well. I also found an article that in 2021 the yarn industry was about 20 to 30 billion, and it's expected to rise to 50 billion by 2030. And I think that just hits home that we are going to see a rise in prices. I even saw someone who commented that their basic acrylics used to be like the $7 to $9 range, and now they're going from 11 to 13. So it's just kind of something to be aware of when you're shopping for yarn and thinking about the investment, because it is fun, it is a hobby, we do enjoy it, we get to show it off, wear it, it's a relaxation for us. But also it can cause a lot of stress and feel a lot of guilt when you're dropping $200 on yarn, $100 on yarn, or trying to enjoy your hobby, but the financial barrier is limiting to what you can actually knit with. And that's kind of what I've been facing. I think that we all are here to get a good deal and a good discount. However, it makes me think about what I want to knit and what I don't want to knit based off how much the yarn is going to cost me. So that's kind of why I've been gravitated more to commercial yarns or online shopping, where I can get deals, coupons, percentages off, but keeping in mind that there is an ethical side to wool consumption and supporting our local businesses. But all of that to say, I really wanted to go to the Bay Area yarn crawl, and I think it's still there on the list. I haven't completely scratched it off, but where I am with my finances and in this economy, there's other things that I need to be purchasing other than beautiful, amazing, fabulous, fancy yarn. And the reality is I still have yarn, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing yarn waiting for me to knit and crochet with. So let me know what your thoughts on the rising cost of yarn, not just hand-dyed yarn, but also commercial yarns, if you've been impacted by it, and just generally what your feelings are. I know that many of us have been knitting and crocheting for quite some time, so we've seen the prices when they were much lower compared to where they are now. Other than that, I'm going to try to balance my knitting, spinning, and Sims gameplay. But let me know what you've been working on, what you're up to, and I hope that you and your family are happy, healthy, and safe. I gotta go. I am so hungry. It is my lunchtime. But take care and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.